Oh, what's going on, guys? How are you doing on this beautiful day? So we're back for another episode of Bloons Tower Defense 5. And so now, apparently in between episodes, I didn't finish all the intermediate maps, but I did like a few more and I unlocked intermediate mode, which I didn't know. I thought you had to do all of them. So now I can get more attack speed and more starting cash. So why not just get the starting cash? And 11 will be after I get the advanced, what do you call it, mastery mode. So if I click new game and I hit show mastery mode, you can tell I have the beginner one and I have the intermediate one, but I don't have the advanced. So to unlock the advanced one, you have all medals on 14 advanced tracks, and there are a total of 15, so all of them but one. And for intermediate, I'm guessing all of them but two, because these are the only two that I have left. And since these are the only two that I have left, why not just finish them up? So we're going to try and do this, try and make it a little bit more fun. So let's put down a Monkey Buccaneer. Put him down. Boom. Now the thing is, this game's just like a casual game I like to play on the weekends. On the weekends, I just put out basically whatever game that I feel like playing. So the other thing that I was thinking of was maybe I can try and play this game as much as possible in between episodes. So instead of playing regular Bloons that everyone is used to, we can start doing mastery mode, and then that way it will make it a little bit more fun for you guys. Or we can start getting rid of all those beginner tracks and start doing like expert and extreme tracks, because the extreme tracks are very, very difficult to do, but I think we can do them. So I'm going to make this the destroyer. Actually, you're going to see me playing. We're going to exit out of this match and change our specialty building. We're going to change it to Pirates Cove, so that our Buccaneers can get some extra power. And we're going to get the destroyer at 2255. So how are you guys doing? It's the weekend. It's Saturday. So now you guys get to spend some fun time with me, and you don't have to be, either you'll be off from school or you'll be off from work or whatever it is that you have off from. Or maybe you don't have off and now you just got back. Either way, we're going to be having fun on this Saturday. But look at that. So far we're popping everything. We're getting there. There we go. That was crazy. I didn't even have to get anything else like a tower or anything. It popped it from the grapes. But now we got the destroyer, which it's gonna basically hold up its own. And now we're gonna get some boomerang towers, and I'll show you why. Because it has this level up that if you go to the right 2 times, the third one is 1730, so it's not too expensive, but it shoots twice as fast, and it is insanely strong. I don't even know why. It's just really, really good. So if you have the glaive tower, which it pops more balloons than normal, and then you get this one, it shoots just it's just so good. I don't know how, but it doesn't even look like it shoots twice as fast. I feel like it does it faster than that, but I don't know. It definitely does so much better. Because if you do the ricochet one, it's good, but the ricochet is mainly for a line, and since I have the destroyer, there's not really going to be much of a line of towers. The ricochet will hit the first one and then just keep continually hitting the one after that. But there's the bionic boomer, and he's just going to constantly be hitting things with its glaive. It's going to be running house. And then we're going to get another one. I'm going to see if I can do hard mode with as many bionic boomers as possible, because they are very, very cheap. So I wonder. Yes, I have a Buccaneer, but, you know, this isn't going to be like a specifically challenge-oriented episode. It's just going to be us having fun, doing whatever. And then maybe once I finish up doing these missions, maybe we can start doing the random mode, because that's a fun time. And then there's things called daily missions, which is interesting. Maybe if I get a little bit bigger, I can live stream us doing either the daily missions or just the random missions and see if we can have some fun like that. But we're definitely going to be running house, going crazy, destroying as many balloons as possible, going just insane. Now, I know some people, just to touch on the topic, I know some people live stream using YouTube, but for me, I think I'll be live streaming. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to start using Twitch, just because that will give us another platform, and if anybody wants to live stream and they watch Twitch just naturally, we can start adding upon our community and start adding upon just the number of people that like to watch us, you know? But if you guys are just watching just to have fun, well, here you go. You get to do it together, and we get to pop some balloons in the process and put down some monkey towers. Now, what I want to happen, I really want them to make a Bloons Tower Defense 6. Now, 5 is fun, and I can still have fun with it all the time, and a lot of people love the game, and it's amazing. But there's still, they could make a 6th one. Now, there's no real story or anything like this, but that'd be interesting, because imagine if you had Bloons Tower Defense, but they made a storyline to the actual game. That would be interesting. I would like that. I feel like that'd be different. Something that I don't think Bloons has ever actually done. Because Bloons is literally just a tower defense game. But it'd be interesting if it had like some challenge mode called campaign. And it had like just some cutscenes here or there to watch, you know? I feel like that'd be interesting. You guys should really like hit the like button and try and make this like episode as popular as possible. And also there are 2 other episodes which I make ideas for Ninja Kiwi so that they can improve this game, or they can implement it into 6 if they do make a Bloons Tower Defense 6. Because I know it's so much fun just to play. Imagine if they were to put in my ideas. I have some interesting ideas that I had put into a couple episodes back. But this game, I could play this for hours. I've done it too. When I first brought this game back up, so I originally played it like when it was on this, like, just you go to a browser and you put in Bloons Tower Defense 5 and you play the game, and that was it. That's what I played. But in this game, this is the Steam version. And so what I did for the Steam version is I had to make a whole new account because I didn't have this on Steam before. So now I just basically played, I think I played like non-stop up until I was like 50 something. I played like a lot. And then eventually I got the double cash mode, and then everything just comes in so much more easily. Like if you wanted to do any of the missions, double cash mode helps you out so much. I want to eventually get to getting all the lab done. I want to get all the different lab upgrades. Because what I did have is I think all of them were level 8 except for 2, I'm pretty sure. And those 2 are level 9, so it's not like I went much further. But they take a lot of tokens. I mean, they take so much. So once I finish the intermediate and get that 100% and also beginners 100%, afterwards is advanced. Now on advanced mode, they are a little interesting because they're a little bit harder than normal. I know for advanced mode, I'm pretty sure I have all the easy medals on every single map, but I'm pretty sure advanced, I started getting all the impoppable medals. Now, for you guys, I'm not going to continually play every map over and over and over again until I get all the medals. So offline, when I'm not recording, I'm going to get you guys the other medals. So I'll get the medium and hard medals while I'm not playing the game. But if I do have all the impoppable medals, I'm just going to leave the hard ones open so that way I can record the video and have you guys watch me playing them on hard so you get the full effect. Or do you guys want me to play easy mode? So I can do hard mode off the camera and I can play easy mode so that way you guys can get a few more maps, but it's not as long. So you'll get them. Easy mode is a nice level 50 instead of 85. So you won't see anybody's, like, you won't see the BFBs and you won't see the ZOMGs, but you get to see different types of maps. I don't know. It's definitely a twist. If there's anybody that's curious on seeing that kind of a change and they want it from hard and they'd rather it medium or easy, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you think. I'm definitely open to any suggestions. I don't mind. I'm still going to play the same amount. I got to beat them all on every medal so that way I can go to the mastery mode for you guys. But if you guys can tell, I like the hard mode because it definitely gets that little bit more of a difficulty because I'm already on 54. I would have been easy, no problem. But if you can see here, I'm trying to beat the game with mostly glaive towers. And I want to see if I can take out a ZOMG with this type of a tower, you know? So if I put it on easy or medium, you wouldn't necessarily get this kind of a challenge or this kind of like screenplay, you know? You wouldn't see any of the ZOMGs being destroyed by the boomerang towers. But it's up to you. For right now, I'm just going to keep it on hard so that way you get a good, like, what, 2 or 3 maps per episode. Because hard does take a little bit of time. I think each hard mode is about 15 minutes or so. Because it's around 85. And if you have it constantly playing like I always do, it does go fairly quick. So it's not too bad. but I'm definitely going to keep trying to put down as many bionic boomers as possible. And if you can't tell, these Moabs, they're getting taken out so easily. And I know a BFB, 2 of them come at 65, but I think 60 is the one. Yeah, 60 is where the one comes, the first ever BFB that comes in. But I'm definitely well prepared. And I'm going to put boomerang towers down throughout this pathway, just so I can make sure that if any balloons do get further, I can take them out. And also if they loop around here and back, look at all this area that's being covered. Because it can reach basically to here, maybe a little bit further, but all this path is still covered along with all the beginning parts. After I fill in this area, I'm probably going to fill up this upper area, so that way I can get all the beginning of the tracks. Now, because I have the upgrade for the Buccaneer, its Crown's Nest gets all the towers within its radius to see camo balloons. Because if you saw, the camo balloons to the left were being hit. Now, I'm pretty sure, if you can tell, this guy, the boomerang tower, doesn't normally see camo balloons. The only way to be able to see camo balloons is if you get the last upgrade on the left-hand side, which is his Glaive Lord upgrade. Now, in order to see the camo balloons without that upgrade, I got the specialty building for the boomerang Buccaneer, or not the boomerang, the Buccaneer, so that way the crow's nest can help all the towers around it be able to hit camo balloons and get them pretty much done. And look at that, the BFBs are taken out so well. Now the BFB on the left was a lot more easily taken out than the one on the right, so I'm going to keep putting down more and more bionic boomers on the right hand side, so that way I can make sure that they just don't get as far. They don't get as far as they did. They can just easily be taken out right away. What do you guys think of the game? The game's nice. It's fun. I definitely like the music, but it seems to be a little repetitive, if you know what I mean. I feel like they could add like some more tracks or some more variety inside the music. It's nice to hear, but playing the game, as much replayability as they have, I feel like changing up the music, not necessarily the style, but just making different kinds of the same style, so that way it's not, you're not hearing the same thing over and over again, you know what I mean? But it's just an idea. We are now running at a good halfway through this episode, maybe a little bit further, and we're still only done this first map. Like I said, these episodes I'm probably going to leave for half an hour, 45 minutes, so that way you guys can get 3 different maps instead of just like 2. I might just leave it at 2 for half an hour, because not everyone wants to sit here for 45 minutes. I understand that. So I'll probably let it be for half an hour. So it will be 2 maps. So that way you guys aren't bored to death by my voice or my gaming that's not even that interesting. You know what I mean? I was wondering what was coming next. It just sat there, stopped. Sometimes they do have that little pause in between. It's usually for when they expect the balloons to get a little bit further. And then they send the balloons out like, oh, I'm almost done the round, but you're actually not. It's interesting. Let's just keep going and fitting more bionic boomers. And this was basically just to get all the BFBs, ZOMGs, and all that sort of stuff out of the way. Now I like to go for the bionic boomer first before I actually get to the glaive, because I feel like it ends up doing more. You know? I don't get the restrictiveness. Because like I said, these dudes do not look like they shoot twice as fast. They look like they shoot like 4 times as fast. And then if you want to get this ability, I'm pretty sure it shoots like either twice as fast as it already does now, or 3 times or something like that. But it's an ability, and they shoot tremendously fast. I mean, it's a non-stop. They're throwing the glaive. You know what I mean? Now that, if I activated that ability, the ZOMG would have no chance whatsoever. But I don't think I need it. I'm just going to keep placing down more and more towers. Let's see. I can fit one more up here. Boom. And now I don't know if I can fit one more after that. I don't think I can. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But I can fit them over here. Boom. And just keep on moving. Let's get this. And then keep going. And if you couldn't tell, a lot of these weren't hitting the camo balloons, even though they were within their radius. Like I said before, I need the Buccaneer to be able to use its crow's nest ability, and that way we can get these guys within its radius to hit camo balloons. Now that's why I added the second one over here, so that way we can hit more camo balloons just in case they get further. That'd be like in the later rounds, they send like camo along with the big Moab class balloons, and so that way when I can get those, I want to make sure I just have enough towers hitting them, because they can definitely take care of them. Go over this way. Put one more up there. Nope. But it looks like this right here is enough. I don't think I need to place anymore. I shouldn't even tire myself out with putting in all that clicking, you know? But if you guys can't tell, look at all this destruction. I mean, these balloons don't stand a chance. Man. The other game I do like to play every once in a while is the Bloons Tower Defense Battles. That's a fun one as well. But I won't be doing that until I have more time to be able to upload more often. So that'd be like, I can get some more videos in on for you guys, but I have such a busy schedule, it's not always possible. But I try to make sure that I keep a consistent one video a day for you guys at all times. I make sure of that because you guys, it's important for me to get it. You know, you just have to have that content readily available. You know, I know things happen, so like if I ever get tremendously ill and you guys don't want to hear me just hacking my guts out, of course I'm not going to record that day, but I'll try to, you know, prevent that from happening. I'll take my vitamins, drink my water, you know, keep myself healthy. But, you know, just in case anything were to happen, other than that, I'm just going to try and keep sure that I put out a video a day. And there we go. We have the Snake River Olympian. Now, that's a nice ability, too, because most of their achievements, I didn't mean to say ability, but most of the achievements in the game, most of them are getting all the medals on every single map. Now, we are 97% done intermediate, so we have 2 more hard medals. That'd be slalom and one more that I can't even think of right now. Oh, archipelago. Yeah, something like that. So after those 2 missions, then we're going to hit expert, or not expert, advanced, and then after that we're going to hit expert. But in between episodes, I'm going to get the impoppables done, because trust me, if I were to leave the impoppables for these levels for video, you guys wouldn't even see much of a video. It'd be me failing over and over again. At least with these, I can place down banana farms and at least get more lives, so that way if I do fail, I can just keep playing for you guys. And I'm not going to do easy because I have all the easy medals. So we're going to go to slalom, play hard, hit play, and just continue on. What do I want to do? I kind of like the monkey ninja, but I want to see him if he can specifically take out the Moab class balloons. Boom. And now this is an interesting one because he just shoots darts, or little stars, you know, little shurikens as they are officially called. But it's a very good, cheap, reliable tower for early on. Because on the App Store, I personally have an Android and I use the game Monkey City. And so for Monkey City, it sends out extremely powerful balloons very early on. And now if you wanted to take out those balloons very early on and do like a tremendous amount of damage because of how many balloons they send, this right here, a 3-2 ninja tower, is very useful. Now he can't take out lead balloons. So what I do in those points in times, I take the apprentice and I place him down because he can also see camo lead balloons. And so I would go 2 to the right. So that way any lead balloons that come this way, he'll take care of. And then I try and get the lightning ability. But I'm telling you, if you get 2 or 3 ninja monkeys or some sort of way like that, that tower will take out a lot of balloons. It is so good at it too. Because like I said, even though the balloons are very early on, they're so powerful. So if you're just getting the double shuriken and you send them out, boom, they do so much damage. Now what I like to do is, because there's so much limited amount of money, I try and get this one first, the shuriken, seeking shuriken, because it makes the most out of every shuriken you throw. And now that is good because once you get the sharpened shuriken, it hits more balloons. So now you get more reliability out of your shurikens. And then you get the double one, which shoots 2 very long duration shurikens, and they all reach every balloon they possibly can, doing the most amount of damage. Now this tower, like I said, it is so good for early on. They hit camos. Now you have a lead hitter for the apprentice. And now in the game, they don't really get to showing the Moab balloons at the point in which I am. Now, I just like to sit there and do this. But if you want me to, in this video right here, I can show you they can take down Moab class balloons. They are actually very, very good towers. Very cheap, very, very reliable, all this sort of stuff. And they can last you a long time. As you can see, we haven't even seen a balloon come out in the whole game. They've just been popping them right when they see them. They see them before we even do. Now, my webcam may be slightly in the way I'll move that. There's no real good place to move it. If I go to webcam and move it down this way, I can do that. Now my face is like in the middle of the screen, but at least it's not covering anything important. But if you can see, the beginning of the map is completely covered. There's no balloons that are able to get through. You won't be able to see balloons. So even if my webcam was there or not, trust me, it's not in the way. And I like to put them in between. I don't know why. I could put them up top so that way they can do like some more early on damage. But if I place them down below like this, at least now they'll be able to hit the ones a little bit further down the track. Now for this guy, Intense Magic, I'll get the lightning ability, and then I like to get the flamethrower just because it's a little bit more interesting than the tornado. The tornado will send them back, so the tornado you would want to put like towards the end, like where my webcam is. But other than that, there really isn't much. Literally, this strategy is just putting a whole bunch of monkey towers down that are ninja based, and they do really well. At this point in time, I don't need anything for lead, but this just helps do a little bit more popping damage, and it will help out the other towers. You know what I mean? So now I just wait for the 45-35, and now I will click and use that. And I don't need the ability for the Phoenix. It's okay, but I don't need it, so there's no point in me getting it. And then this one right here, it's 2970. So I'll get that one for you. And that guy shoots 5 shurikens instead of 2, which is really, really good. Look at that. And it is so expensive, though. They're almost 3,000. Now, it's not too terribly expensive to some other towers. But if you want to put down as many ninja monkeys as possible, that will definitely try and slow you down. Because now you're putting out 3,000 per tower, you know? It's difficult. It's a little bit more difficult. Now all we gotta do is finish up this map. I will do the other map, Archipelago, in between episodes, and then you guys can get all the fun goodness that is Bloons Tower Defense Mastery Mode eventually. We will get there, but you guys will be on the path with me. We're going to be going through taking out all the advanced, all the expert, and hopefully taking out the extreme modes, because I have not done extreme impoppable yet. Now, extreme modes, they don't give you anything but experience. So if you can see, I'm level 70. I have everything there is. The last thing you get are the specific maps for extreme. They're unlocked at the latest levels. So 60, 65, I'm pretty sure the 2 levels in which you get the last maps for the entire game. Other than that, everything is unlocked well before that is actually done, because the towers are unlocked by level, and also the 4th tier of towers. So you see how this one gets the Phoenix? You have to level up for that as well, for that upgrade. So I'm literally at the very end. There's no, you don't really need experience for anything except for like, oh, hey, I got that high. You know what I mean? So with this, literally, I could just keep going. And once I get to the extreme, I can just, I don't know if there's a limit, but I'm pretty sure you can just keep going. But I will get a lot of experience. But the other interesting part is, as we're saving up the cash will buy tokens, right, for our little labs. So that makes it a little bit easier for us to beat the extreme modes. The only issue is that the extreme modes cost cash to play. So if you want to play the extreme modes, you have to pay in order to get in. You have to pay to play, basically. But it's in-game cash, so it's not like it's that bad. But it's just interesting, because every other map you can just play just for free and do whatever you want. You don't have to, you can literally pull open the game, play it, and not have to worry about anything. But for that last map, you have to put in the certain amount of cash, and also it takes time to be able to beat it right, you know? Because they are, like I said, they are extremely difficult. That's why their name is Extreme. They're more difficult than any of the masteries. I'm pretty sure. I haven't done mastery, but it could be more difficult than most masteries. It's most likely going to be more difficult than the easy mastery, but I know for the expert and like the advanced, they start to show in, even for some intermediates, they start to show in the idea of like multiple entrances and multiple exits. Well, eventually, I believe, I haven't done much of the playing in the later maps, but I know if you get to like experts, they start to show multiple paths and stuff like that. Well, extreme, I know one of the maps has 4 separate paths. So you have to be ready to attack at every single path with just enough power to get all the balloons done in every single one of those paths. So that's talking Moabs. Even if you go up to Impoppable, all the extremes has every entrance shooting in ZOMGs. So now you have to have enough power to destroy them. And they aren't long. I'm talking one of them is literally 4 corners. You have an entrance and exit, an entrance and exit, an entrance and exit, entrance exit. All that extra space is just places to put down towers, which by the time you're done, won't even use all that extra like area. That's not even necessary. So that's the hard part about that mission, is there's so much, like, there's so little pathway that even if you were to put down enough towers, you gotta beat the buildings fast. So as you can see here, you see how the Moabs are being destroyed instantly. We basically need to do that, but on all 4 paths of that map. So I'm definitely going to be doing this and hopefully getting some more difficulty on later on maps. Because once those later on maps are a little bit more difficult, I'll start getting in that training to be a little bit better. And using strategies on how to combine different towers' like abilities and different ways to be able to destroy stuff. So definitely, I'm going to be showing you guys the mastery mode and eventually the expert mode. Now this game takes a lot to do that. So I'm going to start trying to play this a little bit more often, but I want to show you guys at least every single map, you know? Because why not? Because if you guys can see every map at least once, it'd be fun, you know? I might do that. I'll start naming these like fun little names, but once I start getting to like later on, once I hit mastery mode, I want to make a certain video. Let's say I do hard mode. I want to make that video hard mode, 2 different maps, mastery mode. So that way anybody searching that up, they can easily find it and be like, oh, it's mastery mode and this map. So that way if they're searching up that map, they can find it. If they're searching up mastery mode, they can find it. All that sort of stuff. And then they can get this nice commentary behind it. They can get this amazing guy that's on the video going, hey, watch this video and all this amazingness, and you get to see his entertaining face, because I probably look a little silly. I need a haircut though, to be completely honest. My hair is so long. It's a little ridiculous. Now I haven't gotten a haircut just because, to be completely honest, I just haven't felt like it lately. I've just been wanting to grow it out, but I'm definitely going to need one soon. And then you guys could get to see me with shorter hair. I'm still going to have the headphones on, so you're not going to be able to see much of my face. I mean, you'll be able to see my face, but not much of the haircut. But it's a very generic haircut. It's just cut it real short. It fades to a shorter distance and then gets longer as the beard comes in. And then it's just, you know, trimmed up so that way all the edges are nice and sharp. Stuff like that. It's not a whole fancy haircut like with the flips on the front of the hair and all that sort of stuff. It's literally just straight lines and then cuts and stuff, and the hair is just shorter. It's not a buzz cut though. I like the design of how the hair goes from long to shorter to long. I like that. I don't know why. But definitely we're going to be trying to get this game mode. I kind of want to basically 100% the game, but it definitely takes a lot of time. And the only other way to 100% the game is I can get as much stuff as I want into the game, so I can play and play and play. But eventually, I'm going to need to do co-op mode, meaning I'm going to need to like phone a friend and say, hey, let's play Bloons Tower Defense together. And hopefully I can find someone to do that with, and then we can eventually 100% the game and do every single map with every medal and everything. But look at this. I know another YouTuber I watch, Jerome ASF, is very popular. You guys probably already know of him if you're watching me. But I know for him, when he started playing, which was a little bit ago, he actually said like, oh, I want to do the entire game and complete it and get like every single medal for every single map. Now I don't know how intense he thought that through because of mastery mode just coming out, but I know if we wanted to do the co-op together, I wouldn't mind doing that at all. Definitely getting the medals for him and me and being able to just complete everything. Now he has a lot more co-op medals than I do because he has more people playing this game. But for me, not many of my friends really like this game that much. It's mainly just me, but it's alright. I don't mind. That's why the single player is so in-depth. I can definitely do the single player and finish it up. But man, that means I'm going to be getting every single achievement, which, if you can't tell, some of the achievements are just the sheer number of playing for a long time. Because there's literally the majority of achievements is just getting every medal for every map. Not on mastery, but just regular, which is fine. That makes sense. Doing all the special missions. I did that, so I have all those. And then I think it's unlocking every specialty building is one of them. I did that. Pro for every agent. I did that. What else is there? The other thing is that's going to take a while is doing all 250 random missions. Now, I've only done the beginning, and I think I'm on like 20. So that one's going to take a long time as well. 250. Eventually, I'm probably going to not. I'm going to stop saying probably. I'm stumbling over my words here. I don't know what's wrong. But I'm most likely going to stream basically like a huge run of random missions and just trying to get a lot of them out of the way as possible. Because those I like a lot. Because you have the generic game where it's like, oh, choose a map, play it on the difficulty you want, and you get a few stuff here and there, like you can reverse its direction, change the difficulty. You can also do a fast track, so you start at 25. But the main thing is that it restricts you. So I can make my own challenges, be like, oh, I'm only going to use one tower, which is fine. But think about it this way. It only makes you use certain towers and certain upgrades. So that's going to be a lot of fun too. But there you go. Slalom Olympian. Gold, cash, and tokens. And I'm going to use those cash to get more tokens. So basically, it's 750 for that round. I basically got 9. Because I got 4 for the game and 5 from this. And we'll get another cash probably from the other map that I played. But these are so expensive. These take a while to finally get up all the amount of tokens that I need. But I'm going to keep spending all my cash for the tokens all the way up until I hit Extreme. Because Extreme, I'm going to need the cash for being able to play. So that's 35 for that one. 40 for that one. That one's done, as you guys saw. 32, 32, 40, 40. So these aren't small. These are a lot of tokens you're going to need. But if you guys have enjoyed and you want to be on this path to success to 100% completing the game, you're going to join it with me. Hit the like button below. Say that like, oh, Josh, I love your content. Do all this crazy stuff. Put that in the comments. Put all this positive vibes. Anybody that wants to play along, play along. Come on, definitely go ahead and play along. It'd be a lot of fun. But we're going to be going through doing all this over and over again, mostly on the weekends, but I'm going to try and sprinkle some more videos in of this game as much as I can. I really try to make sure I can do a video a day, but I can try and go extra beyond and put a little bit more and put like one more video each day here and there. But I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya.